An LLM can't run code. It can't access the internet. It can't read files or call APIs. All it can do is predict the next token. So how does ChatGPT search the web, run Python, or generate images? The answer is surprisingly elegant. Here's the entire concept in one diagram. The user asks, "What's the weather in Mumbai?" The LLM doesn't fetch the weather. Instead, it generates a structured JSON object saying, "Call get weather with city Mumbai." Your backend code actually calls the weather API. Then the LLM reads the result and weaves it into a human-friendly response. Think of it like a manager who writes memos but never touches a keyboard. The LLM's only job is deciding which tool to call and formatting the request correctly. Your code does all the real work. Before the LLM can use any tools, you have to tell it what's available. This is done through tool definitions, JSON schemas describing each function's name, description, and parameters. This schema gets injected into the system prompt so the LLM knows exactly what it can call. Let's walk through the exact API flow step by step. Step 1, you send the request to the OpenAI API with your messages and the tools array defining what's available. Step 2, the LLM responds but not with text. The content field is null. Instead, it returns a tool calls array with the function name and arguments as a JSON string. The LLM generated this JSON token by token, just like it generates regular text. Step 3, your code parses that tool call and actually executes it. You call the real weather API, get real data back, temperature 32 degrees, humidity 78%, partly cloudy. The LLM never touched the API. You did. Step 4, you send the result back to the LLM by appending both the assistant's tool call message and a new message with role tool containing the result. Then you call the API again. Step 5, the LLM finally gives a human-readable answer. It's 32 degrees in Mumbai with partly cloudy skies. That's right, 2 LLM calls for 1 tool use. First call to decide and format the tool call. Second call to interpret the result. That's the hidden cost nobody talks about. Modern models can call multiple tools in a single turn. Ask it to compare weather in Mumbai and Delhi, and it generates 2 tool calls at once. Your backend executes them simultaneously, sends both results back, and the LLM synthesizes one combined answer. This is called parallel tool calling. Here's something most tutorials skip. The LLM generates tool call arguments token by token, curly brace, quote, city, quote, colon. It's not running a JSON. This means the JSON can be malformed, missing braces, trailing commas, single quotes instead of double quotes. The fix, structured outputs. OpenAI introduced constrained decoding where at each token position, only tokens that produce valid JSON matching your schema get non-zero probability. Invalid tokens are impossible. This guarantees 100% valid JSON every time. OpenAI and Anthropic handle tool calling differently. OpenAI uses a dedicated tool role for results. Anthropic lets the model include text alongside tool calls. It can think aloud before calling a tool, and results go back as a user message with a tool result block. Same concept, different wiring. Let's recap the practical takeaways. Tool calling is a structured output trick. JSON instead of text, your code executes it. 2 API calls per tool use. JSON is generated token by token, so always handle parsing errors. And descriptions matter more than names. That's how the LLM decides which tool to call. Next episode, the React pattern. Think, act, observe. It's the foundational loop behind every AI agent, cursor, code, perplexity. Understanding it will change how you build with LLMs. Subscribe so you don't miss it.